Today I'm going to show you how to make a juice without a juicer. So it's really easy. You just need a high-speed blender or any good blender that can kind of chop really dense vegetables. So today I'm going to show you one of my favorite green juices. It has cilantro, herbs like mint, cucumber, celery, garden bell peppers, lemon, and a little kick from jalapeno. So right now I'm going to be adding in about 2 to 3 cups of filtered water. Maybe on the shy end first, and then you can always add in a little bit extra as you go along. And so I like to start with celery, the cucumber and romaine, just because they're more water rich. They're easier on the blender to go ahead and blend. So I'm going to put in about 6 stalks of celery, just to start off with, because you can always add in after. And then I'm going to just roughly chop about a half a head of romaine lettuce. Okay, and then we're gonna put in about a half to a whole English cucumber. They're seedless, so it makes it really nice and easy to digest, and a little bit less pulp for you when you're gonna be using a nut milk bag. So right here we have celery, water, romaine, and cucumber, and then I'm just gonna pop the lid on first. So you can see it's pretty well blended as I make a horrible mess, but you want to have it about half full with some of your greens. Now you have the option to add in dino kale, which looks like this, and this is a great green to add in too. So if you're new to green smoothies and green juices, I probably wouldn't add this in just because it can be a little bit strong, but I like to think I'm like a pioneer, so I like a lot of dark greens, and it tastes really great to me. So after that, I'm going to put in some jalapeno, and I'm going to de-seed it just because you don't want the extra heat from the seeds. And you can use anywhere from about a half a jalapeno to a whole, and I'm going to use the whole thing. So again, just de-seed it, rough chop, pop it in there. And then I'm going to do green apple. I really like the green apple versus other fruits and juices just because you have to still remember, fruit has a lot of sugar, so you don't want to put in just, pounds of pineapple and be drinking a lot of excess sugar. So green apples are great because they're low in sugar and they taste amazing. They're kind of sour, but just really, really good level of sweetness. So I'm roughly chopping these. You can kind of take out the seeds. I kind of leave a couple in there. I really just don't care. But you can get really particular about it and slice them out. And then pear. So this is a sweeter fruit, so I only use about a half of this. A quart, well, probably about a half. And then I'm going to blend it again. Okay. So you can see this is almost getting as thick as a smoothie would, so you really could enjoy this as a smoothie if you wanted to. But I'm just going to make this into a juice. So you keep going, and I add in a full yellow bell pepper, and then ginger, and then a little bit of turmeric, and then the herbs, and we're done with this one. So with ginger, just a really cool tip that I learned actually from, I think it was Alton Brown from the Food Network, is to take a spoon, and it helps you peel the ginger root. So if you just do this, it actually comes off so easy, because beforehand I was just taking my knife and chopping it off, and here I was wasting like half of the ginger root. So that's just really, really useful. So I use about, more than an inch. I like a lot of ginger, so I'll put that in there. And then herbs. So I have some fresh mint. I'm just gonna put about a fourth of a cup, a couple tablespoons. And then with cilantro, about a half a cup of cilantro. And then same with parsley. So we're just gonna put that in there and then blend again. Okay. So this is blended, and now I'm going to get to the juicing part. So take a pitcher. You can use one that's bigger than this, but this size is just fine. And you'll take a nut milk bag or a cheesecloth. So this one is considered a nut milk bag, And you can get these on Amazon, anywhere really. And so I love this one just because of the shape. It's really cool. It fits perfectly with the pitcher. So you're just gonna put it in like this and just, you know, kind of cover it so that the pitcher is lined like that. And then we're gonna pour. Just super easy. So you're just gonna pour it in. Now I like to do about a half at a time just because I made quite a bit, and you can even add water to that and re-blend it just to get extra nutrients out of those vegetables and kind of squeeze them out a little bit. So now you're just gonna take the nut milk bag and squeeze. Luckily, if you have a wide mouth pitcher, this will be a little bit less messy. So you're just gonna keep squeezing until all of the pulp is pretty dry. So this, you know, can take, you could probably nurse this for a good 10 minutes and get the pulp really dry. But just for the sake of an example, we'll just kind of do this half versus the whole. I'll hold it up a little bit so you can see. Look at all of it. It's just green juice, pretty simply. So it's still wet, but I'm just gonna do this just to show you the next step. So now that you've had all the liquid kind of pushed out of the pulp, you'll be left with, I mean, you can even see there's really no juice left. So what I typically do is I turn it inside out, and I just want to show you, this is what it looks like. So it's actually really cool. So what I do with this, I don't throw it away. If you have a garden, you can compost this, put it in the garden, or I save it and I'll put it in like soups or stews to make it thicker. You can always put this back into a smoothie if you wanted it thicker, or you can get creative and make some really fun like raw flax crackers with it, and it tastes amazing. And I'll be having some recipes like that in the cookbook coming out, so you'll definitely have you know, something to do with the juice pulp. So now you're just left with the juice, and right before I serve it, I really like to squeeze in the lemon. So we're just gonna squeeze in a couple lemons. I really like mine very lemony, so I put 2 whole lemons, but at least do 1. And then you're ready to serve it. You can even stir that in just a little bit. And let me grab my glass. And you can see, even just from me pouring it, it's really thin. It's just the green juice. Again, you could drink this as a smoothie because it's just the same as a lot of other green smoothies. But with the extra, I would just keep it in your refrigerator for up to 2 days max. The best way, though, is to drink it immediately and make this into a juice. So that's it. Today I'm going to show you how to make a juice without a juicer. So it's really easy. You just need a high-speed blender or any good blender that can kind of chop really dense vegetables. So today I'm going to show you one of my favorite green juices. It has cilantro, herbs like mint, cucumber, celery, garden bell peppers, lemon, and a little kick from jalapeno. So right now I'm going to be adding in about 2 to 3 cups of filtered water. Maybe on the shy end first, and then you can always add in a little bit extra as you go along. And so I like to start with celery, the cucumber and romaine, just because they're more water rich.